Pros and cons of hourly pay versus commission. Whether you're a plumber or a homeowner, you need to know how people are being paid. If you're a plumber, you want to know where can you make the most money. If you're a homeowner, you might want to think, well, is this guy just selling me this because it's commission? So what I'm going to do today is tell you about the pros and the cons of hourly and commission. And this is the pros and cons for both the plumber and the homeowner. Because believe it or not, there are actually things there that are going to be beneficial for both. Now, if you haven't done it yet, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you hang around till the end for 2 questions in 2 minutes. First of all, let's talk about the pros of hourly pay as a plumber. If you're a plumber and you know what you make an hour, the good thing about that is you know how much money you're going to bring home each and every week, at least if you work a 40-hour-a-week job. So you're a commercial plumber. Now, if you're residential, which is where the hourly and the commission really comes in, what are your pros there? Well, you still know if your company can keep you working 40 hours a week, you're going to be doing good. You know what you're going to make each and every week. It's very consistent. The bad thing about it is, what if the company that you have isn't making their phone ring enough to keep you busy? Well, now you're losing hours, and that means losing money. Now, as a homeowner, the pro to hiring a plumber that works hourly is normally they'll come out and they'll give you a T&M rate. That's comparable, meaning you can compare 3 or 4 companies, and if all you're looking for is the cheapest hourly rate, you can pick the one that you want. Now, what are the cons of hourly pay? Well, number one, like I mentioned, if you're a plumber, if you strictly work hourly, you only get paid for every hour you're there. There's no way to make that go up unless you cheat the company that you work for. And I hate saying that, but I've had times before where I've had plumbers go do a job that really should have taken an hour, and it took them 3. Well, they knew they didn't have anything else on the books, so it took a little bit longer. Here's where that's bad for you as a homeowner. If you get an hourly plumber, say you get a plumber that's not very smart and he makes a lot of mistakes, that can be a really big problem, because now you're going to pay for 3 hours where maybe a really good plumber could have got it done in 1. Now go back to the pros of hourly though. If you're a new plumber starting out and you work hourly and it does take you longer to do things to figure it out, that's going to benefit you as an hourly plumber. It's not necessarily going to be good for the homeowner. That would really go under a con for the homeowner and a pro for the plumber. But think about it. That can also be a con as an hourly plumber. If you're a really good plumber and you get in and get things done quick, maybe they only had 3 calls for you that day, and you got in and knocked all 3 of them out real fast and they don't have any more. That can be a con. Hey, you're really good. You got everything done quickly. We don't have any more work for you. This is where we start talking about commission pay, or better than that, stay around till the end, and I'm going to talk to you about incentive-based pay, not just commission. So pros of commission. If you're a plumber and you can sell really big jobs, that's a great benefit because you're going to make a percentage of that. If you can make commission, say you can sell a $5,000 job and you can knock it out in 2 days. If you're making 20% commission, that's $500 a day. That's not too bad. Could you make that hourly? You'll have to go back and look at what your hourly rate was and figure it out. A plumber who's on commission base is going to look around to see if you have any other problems. Where this helps you as a homeowner is maybe he finds a water heater in your attic that's 20 years old that you don't even think about anymore. And he's like, you know, you may want to get that changed because if it ruptures, it's going to flood and damage a lot of things under it. As a homeowner, that's a good deal. Having a plumber who's commissioned, that loves what he does, comes in and does a 360-degree inspection. He inspects everything while he's there. Lets you know of anything else that may be in need of repair. That's a good way to do it. So now let's talk about the cons of commission. If you're not a good selling plumber, if you're a plumber that literally your company just feeds you, hey, we've got a drain cleaning to go do, you go out, you unstop the drain, you collect your money. Commission's not going to be very good for you because you've literally got to learn to communicate with the customers, to explain what all their needs are. And I hate to say it, you've got to be a good listener. I know you thought I was going to say salesman, right? No, you've got to be a good listener. You listen to people tell you what problems they've had in the past, what problems they don't want to have in the future. Communicating with your customers, building that relationship can make you a great commission-based plumber. Now, let's talk about the pros and cons from a homeowner's point of view. The pros are you're going to get a plumber, like I said, that's going to come in and he's going to look for everything. He's going to see what problems you have that may need to be addressed. Hopefully, he's going to give you options. We can do this to fix what you have. We can do this to upgrade what you have or repair it to where it works like it should have in the beginning. Or we can introduce you to the newest, latest, greatest information, product, and whatnot out there, and that will upgrade your plumbing system to where it really should be these days. Those are great options to have. Now, the con of this as a homeowner is you never know when you're getting a plumber that's just trying to sell you. If you're a plumber and you work hourly or you work commission, let me know below, what do you think the pros and cons are for you? Do you like it? Do you like the way you're paid? Or do you wish there was something else? Now we're going to do 2 questions, 2 minutes, but then I'm going to come back and tell you about incentive-based pay that I think is the way to go. Question number 1, Ancient Bedrock says, if you remove compacted dirt, how do you recompact it to further avoid cracks? Well, we tunnel under houses a lot. So what we do is the excavation company goes in and packs the dirt in there. Now, you're never going to pack it in 100% to compaction the way it was, but they do make compactors and they do have ways of testing the soil. Now, we can't really use the compactor under a house like that. So what they have is a jackhammer with a flat plate on the end that they can put up against the dirt and help pack it in. A commercial project has actually got compaction machine, some that bounce and some that actually roll, and the whole machine bounces. You can compact that dirt pretty daggum tight, and on a commercial job, they test it on a regular basis. Marge Wallace says, silly question here. I'm in upstate New York and I've been on a few digs in the last year. Though I do mostly work, but I've been told new vents and cleanouts need to be 10 feet or more away from an operational window. Is that a code that changes in different areas? Asking genuinely, I'm a second-year apprentice now. Well, Marge, what I'll tell you is vents you don't want near a window because you get sewer gases come up through it. And yes, 10 feet away does sound about right. Cleanouts, probably a little bit different. Cleanouts, it isn't going to matter if they're in front of a window because you're going to remove that plug in order to clean it out. Now, my thing is there, you would want to think about, where are you putting this cleanout? Is it accessible? And does it need to be right out somebody's window? Here in Texas, we put cleanouts about 3 feet away from the house. It may be right under a window, but think about it. With those plugs on, you're never getting sewer gas smell up through there anyway. Now let's go back to incentive-based pay. This is the one that I like. You pay your plumbers so much per hour, but they're also incentivized, meaning they do get a smaller percentage. Now it gives them the opportunity to make more money. So if you go out to unstop a toilet and you sell them a new toilet, you're going to make a higher percentage. Do they need a new toilet? Why not give them that option? If they've got an old one that's using a lot of water, you can put them in a high efficiency technology type toilet, you're going to save them money. It's going to be more beneficial for them in the long run. What are you doing? Are you doing hourly? Are you doing commission? Or are you incentive-based? I'd love to hear from you. As a homeowner, incentive-based is good because it's going to make the plumber that comes out look at everything you've got and give you options. And hopefully not just try to oversell you. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.